Hey, my name is Riso Rodriguez, and welcome to my mind. It's a weird intro. Um, what I'm basically trying to say is this is my yearly comeback to the channel, as I'm trying to do updates on what I'm doing, who I am, what I'm going through. That's mostly it. Last time I talked on this channel, it was the first month, the 28th of 2025, so almost a year ago from now. A lot has happened. I got baptized. I met a lot of new people. I got way closer to God. Literally yesterday I had a dream about God. My first dream ever about God. I lost a lot of things. My PC's gone. I gained a lot of things. I have a new job. And I never made a video about my second job, but my first job was Subway. And I think my first ever video back in October, I had Subway. But now I have Gray Wolf Lodge. I'm a lifeguard. And I just came off of work like maybe 2 hours ago. What made me want to record a video today instead of the 28th, I totally forgot about this channel, I'm gonna be honest. But what made me want to record today was definitely seeing like all my videos. Like I was just looking at my channel and I just saw all the videos just collected up, and I was like, wow, I totally forgot about these. And I just watched them back and I realized like, wow, I still have that kind of mind I still have from, I just repeated what I just said, but I still have the same mind that I had like a year ago. Obviously I'm not the same person I was a year ago. A lot has changed spiritually, mentally, and physically. I mean, maybe not physically too much, I'm still like the same scrawny guy, like, maybe gained 5 pounds or whatever. I don't even know, dude. But I was looking back and I saw myself saying like, oh, do you still have a girlfriend? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Like every video I was like, yo, do you have a girl? Do you have a girlfriend? And it's pretty obvious that like the most important thing to me at the time was, do you have a girlfriend, or did you ever find love? And yeah, that was my main motivation to everything. Did I find love? Like, I've always wanted someone to love me. I've always wanted someone to care about me, and yeah, I've always wanted that. And I found that God loves me, God cares for me, and it shows. All the things that happened in my life are just showings of God's love. Obviously, I didn't understand it at the time because I was oblivious to what God had for me in that moment, especially in January, and not even in October. I didn't even know anything about anything in terms of like God. I mean, obviously I gave him props, not obviously, but I gave him props in October, and I was like, wow, like in October, like that was like a month after, I even knew about God or even starting to care about God, and I gave him props. And then January, I also gave him props, and I was so deviated on the fact that God made me and God put me in the position that I am. I don't know if that was the right word. I'm just trying to use words like that so I can start thinking more. But I never stopped giving God props, and it's so interesting to look back at now because I never remembered it like that. And now that I see it, it's like very wow. Like from the beginning, I feel like God has set a plan for me, and I'm so grateful that the things that happen. And answering to my year ago self, if I have a girlfriend, no, I don't have a girlfriend. But that's not what my goal is. I have a purpose, I have a goal, and God has shown me, not entirely what my goal is, but I want to help God's will, God's mission to just bring the earth together. We are so divided, and there's so many things that's happened this past year. I want to be an apologetic, and I've studied for it, and I think I'm pretty good at it. Not the best, but I'm not like a scholar on it. But not only that, I'm still on trading, and I picked up some other habits like real estate. I want to do that as well. And I've always wanted to do real estate. Like, even if I look at this book that I made a year ago as well, it has day trading, and it's a day trading book. But I wrote my goals in here. I'm pretty sure, pretty sure. Let's see if we can find it. Sorry if it's super loud. I don't know. I have no idea how it sounds. I try to connect my mic to here, but I'm on a school laptop, so you can imagine how that went. Okay, so these are my goals. So it says, read and vocalize your goals every day as if you are already there. My first goal. So I wrote 10 short goals, steps to get to my end goals, and this is really good if you want to, be a better person and be a better self. Try to get to your goals. Is write 10 steps to your actual goal. It's kind of like to lower that kind of it's kind of to have encouragement to do things, because when you have a big goal and you look at that goal, you can be like, oh, that's so far away, or that's so big that I can't even handle that. But if you create 10 small steps towards that goal, it can make that goal seem actually achievable. So my first goal was I forgot to put a C right here. That's interesting. Become a 6-figure trader. And then my second goal, and obviously I did 10 steps, but I'm not going to list all the steps. Second goal, buy a mansion for myself. Take care of family and friends. Steps to that. Own many properties in real estate. That's my third goal. There's steps to that. And, I think it was never about, about the money. I think it was always about being able to take care of myself and people around me. It was always about that. And I'm still very ambitious towards the trading and the real estate. Even now, right now, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts, writing notes on them. Right now, I am what is it called? I got a little sidetracked. I'm doing this I am sober thing, and I've been sober off of corn for 7 days now, which is very insane for me because I was addicted, and I just realized, not that I just realized, but I wanted to get myself out of that position, and it was so addicting. And through the grace of God, I am not recovering, but I'm going, and I'm building up that kind of stability where I can survive without it, and survive without, not only corn, but just not doing anything with anything. And also doom scrolling is one big thing that I want to get off of. I created limitations towards my phone where I can't go on TikTok or Instagram after a certain hour, only 1 hour per day. So that's one thing. I'm not allowed to go in the App Store whatsoever, so I cannot go in the App Store, which is very, very good for me, because there's always a way. When I'm in the moment, there's always a way for me to get on the App Store and download a specific app so I can watch this specific video. And it's kind of like that mindset where it's like, I need to watch, and I find out every single way to do it. But it's definitely hard to achieve that. You just got to know your the things that activate you, and you got to have some discipline, and you got to trust God and give everything to God. everything. Even though I would say I gave it to God, I really didn't, because if I really did give it to God and, you know, repented to the point where I'm, you know, it's the action step that makes you have repentance. It's not like just saying sorry. And I would always say sorry, but I would never act towards it. You know, I would maybe do 1 step, 2 steps, but after, you know, a certain amount of time, I would get back and lose myself. And, you know, I just realized, like, I got to start taking action towards this. And that's when I, you know, did this, the limitations, and, you know, I Am Sober. And the I Am Sober app is great. I recommend it to anyone who's struggling with anything, drugs, you know, anything of that nature. And, you know, there's the community on there where you can scroll and see about all these people, about how are they struggling as well. And it's just very beautiful to see. Not beautiful that they're in struggle, like in you know, in this time of struggle, but it's beautiful to see that people are trying. I always think that's so beautiful. To my friends, you know, I would say I want to talk to my future self, but I'm not gonna care about the future. This is now, this is a moment now, and I'm recording this for anyone that needs help, or if anyone sees this. I don't know who else is gonna see this, but to my friends, you know, to the friends I met this year, I thank God for, you know, putting them in my life. All these things have happened, you know, I could start listing them, but there's too much to count. They're great friends, and without them, I wouldn't know. I don't know where I would be without them. I've gotten so close to God because of them, and I think it's just such a beautiful thing that they're in my life. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. A year ago, I wasn't thinking about graduating early, and now I'm stuck in a position where I am graduating early. So I'm graduating year 2026. I have my LASSO, so 2026, that is pretty cool, honestly. Which is also the 250th year of the United States, so that's pretty cool. I still have many goals. You know, when I stopped trading in like February, March, because of my derealization, and that's a whole different story in itself. But when I stopped trading, I kind of lost myself. I kind of lost who I was, and I lost God, and I lost my passion. But it was for the better, you know. When I got stuck in a hole, I started to rely more on God and less on myself. And I thank God that, you know, He put me in that position where I was in a hole, and it just made me be better because I rely on Him more. Even now, I'm relying on Him, and you know, my whole life is dedicated to Him, and I just thank Him because of that. You know, whatever happens in the future, I just pray that God is with me. That's all I care about. God is with me. God is with me. God is good. Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend. I already said this like 3 times, and there's definitely a moment in me. There's definitely moments where I'm like, oh man, girlfriend would be nice. And I sound like a loser talking about this. Yeah, I mean, but there's also there's a person in me, not a person, but I want to build myself. I want to be the person that I need to be before I can kind of support another. And I just pray that God can build me to be that person, that man of God that He needs me to be. I'm growing, and it's so weird to see me grow. And literally in 8 months, In 8 months, I'm going to be 18. And with that, I'm going to start day trading. I'm going to try to get my real estate license. These next 8 months are going to be grinding. I'm working a job. I'm I'm about to get my car soon. That's one thing. I'm about to get my car soon. I'm trying to get a MacBook because my PC's cooked. I'm trying to get a PS5 as well. But yeah, with that also, I'm trying to just get knowledge, wisdom, everything, because I seek wisdom and knowledge so much because there's always more to learn and more to learn. Not only for myself, but for my friends. Whenever my friends need advice, I can give that to them. So yeah, I'm very, there's always going to be moments that life is hard. And right now, this is not a time where I'm thinking life is hard. I think life is great right now. There's family issues, but, that's just building me up to be stronger. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to just have that, because I know that this moment, or the moment that I'm struggling in, which I'm not right now, but the moment when I'm struggling is the moment where I'm getting built. I think some people neglect that. Some people don't like that. And I say embrace that. Embrace the moments where you're getting persecuted or you're going through something. And it says in the Bible all the time. I can't specifically remember what part, but it talks about that. Obviously, I want to get better. I want to get on the gym. I want to continue to write notes, listen to podcasts, get better at speaking, be a better man of God, read my Bible way more. I read my Bible often, but there's moments where I think I should read my Bible more. Obviously, with this job, I'm better at time management than I used to be, but I still want to get better. I don't know. Just thought I would record this. I probably have more to say. I haven't emphasized like how much I love my friends. My friends are everything to me. They carry me along this way. My cousins as well. And I just pray for my cousins. I pray that my cousins get to know God and get to see God. And that's one thing that I want my cousins, because they've always been with me, and I know that they're good people down in the heart, but they're the ways that they're living right now are not good. I have to go to sleep. It's 11:21, and I didn't go to school yesterday because I slept pretty late, so I should go to sleep. I'm a growing boy. I'm growing my hair out a little bit. A little mustache. My face is asymmetrical, but that's fine. I'm just pointing out things about myself, and it's kind of like making me, I don't know, honestly. But I have midweek tomorrow, I think, and I'm gonna see how it goes. But I love you, whoever's watching this. Keep going, keep striving for better, keep looking towards God when you're doing these things. Don't lose yourself. Know your purpose. Find yourself before you do anything else. Find God before everything. That's one thing. I always tell people that find yourself and find God. That's the two things that you need to do. Because without those two things, you're moving freely. You're moving just out of other people's kind of purposes and what they think and what they believe. So just find out what you believe. Find out what makes you happy. But know that there's evil things in this world that are gonna carry you down, and you gotta be you gotta open your eyes to that thing. Girlfriends, boyfriends, don't get too lost in that. Same goes with money, drugs, jobs, sports, all these things. Everything in the world under the sun can be used and exploited against you, so always keep that in mind. Love your family, keep yourself grounded in God. Yeah, that's mostly what I gotta say. I can't wait for this year. This year is gonna be great, and I have big goals. I have great goals. I want to have my own house. I want to do so many things. I want to be able to do everything that I can. And yeah, I love you guys. See you whenever. Maybe I'm probably gonna be posting this more often so I can get my mind out and be better at speaking, because I just want to do things like that. So thank you.